and mute you guys. All right, you guys. Well, welcome to week 5 of our bootcamp series. This has been super fun just to kind of have these back to basic foundations and this kind of core training series that is helpful for veterans to kind of go back to the basics, and it also will be a great onboarding system for new people and new people to come. So, we've talked about company history, we've talked about overcoming objections, we talked about connecting. And tonight's focus is really the compensation plan. And while there are tons of videos out there and tons of trainings out there, I wanted to go through really the 2 major ways that we get paid, 3, which is the PIBs and the rank advancement bonuses in your cycles, which is the residual income. There can be full trainings done on just the leadership pools, like that training on the director, executive, and a bond pools is for really unique people when they get there, right? Smaller businesses. This is meant to be for a whole. And certain things like holiday, bonus that has gone away or retail profits, that's not the focus. We get paid a lot of different ways, but the main thing for tonight that we want to be focusing on is your PIBs, your rank advancement bonuses, and then your cycles, the residual income. And then I also wanted to just open it up for Q&A tonight and be available, because I think that sometimes people think they understand things and they don't. So just to reiterate, because I know we're recording this, certain things that are high-level compensation plan training, which is leadership pools, or the go cycles, the phantom cycles, the cycle equivalents, things like that, we are not training on tonight. But we are focusing on what most people are going to benefit from our compensation plan, which is the double PIBs, the rank advancement bonuses, and our cycles. And then I want to be available for Q&A. So when I first got started with Isagenix, Janie told me that there was a few sheets. They're all available, in forums in isagenix.com, isagenixbusiness.com, that she called the 6-figure documents, that like anybody who comes into the business that really wants to do this, or when I was like, okay, I want to do it, tell me what to do. And the documents were the memory jogger, which helps you make your list, because obviously you have to have, contacts and leads and prospects to be able to do this business. Your map to crystal executive, which outlines the rank advancement bonuses and the time sensitivity that you have for them. And the third was the double PIBs sheet. And it was like everything else you're going to learn as you go. If you're reaching out to people, oh, that person said they don't do shakes. Okay, well, we teach that objection as it comes up. Or, hey, I've enrolled one person and, I got this notification I'm one away from double PIBs. What does that mean? Things start to come up. But these were the documents. And so if you guys aren't using them right now, number 1, I would encourage you to use them. And number 2, when you have someone that raises their hand and is like, hey, I want to build this business. Hey, I want to get my products paid for. Hey, I want to, not make hobby money with this, or whatever it is. The memory jogger helps them make their list, but really the upfront money is what's going to get people into action. It takes time to build a team. It takes time to build a network, which is your residual income. And so during the journey, when you're cycling 1 time a week, 0 times a week, 2 times a week, we've got to figure out how to get paid. We've got to make sure you guys are getting paid, because whether or not people want to admit this, we're motivated by compensation. If we're giving up TV time, kids activity time, spouse time, relaxation time, whatever it is to build this business, if people are not immediately paid, it's not going to be worth it for them, because it takes time. It takes time, it takes resistance, it takes effort in order to build a team where residually you have a, snowball effect, or this, kind of moving freight train that you can't stop, that you have a solid, deep foundation in your house that people are going to order every month. They're going to refer every month. It takes time to get your cycles there. And so in the very beginning, you guys, when I first started doing this, I always tell people I lived off PIB money, which is the product introductory bonuses. And when you get somebody started on 2 or more qualifying packs in a week, those bonuses double, as long as there's 2 things here that's very important for you guys to know. Number 1, the pack has a bonus of $25 or higher. The $10 PIBs don't count as qualifying packs for double. And the second is that those people were enrolled on auto ship. If you don't sign them up for auto ship, you'll only get the single PIBs. So every pack with Isagenix, not individual products, but every pack. So our Healthy Lifestyle pack and our Shake and Cleanse pack, which is $10 bonuses. Then all of our 30 days, the Premier pack, the Value pack, the Business Builder pack, or the Ultimate pack, all of those have what I think of as a referral rebate or like a one-time bonus. So if I sign Chris up with the Premier Pack, that's a $50 bonus. If I sign Michelle Bina up with a Shake and Cleanse Pack, that's a $10 bonus. I'm going to get the $50 from the Premier for Chris, and I'm going to get the $10 from Michelle for the Healthy Lifestyle Pack or Shake and Cleanse Pack, but they do not double. So if you're looking for double PIBs, number one, they have got to be on auto ship. So understanding how to, introduce auto ship and how to educate them that they're not alarmed by it, which we covered in week 4 with the overcoming objections. But that it also is a pack that is a $25 PIB or higher. So most of us sell one of 3 packs, which is our 30-day systems, the Premier Pack, or the Value Pack. Anything less than a 30-day isn't going to qualify for double PIBs. And rarely someone sells the Ultimate Pack, which is a $150 bonus. So the Value Pack on the Performance system and the Energy system is still $80. On the Weight Loss system, it's $100, which is our most popular. The Premier Pack is $50. Total Health and Longevity is $50. And then our 30-day Energy, 30-day Weight Loss, 30-day Sports Performance, Healthy Aging, those are all $25 PIBs, product introductory bonuses. Anything over 2, they keep doubling. So if Mary Ellen sells 3 value packs this week, the value pack on the weight loss system is $100. That would go to $200 for all of them. So she's earning $600 in one-time referral rebate bonus money. You guys, this is huge to know. If you're not using Isopulse, you have got to download isopulse.com. Go to the app and track your business. People always like, how do you know that they're doing that? Like, I'll see that Sarah put in a Premier Pack or Karen put in a 30-day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, congratulations. Like, you're one away from doubling your bonuses. How can I show you how to turn $50 into $200 or more? You guys, I do this all the time deep in the team. People that, Dave has sponsored or Ken has sponsored or Laura has sponsored or something. Like, what are you talking about? And I'll send the PDF to the double PIB sheet and I'll tell them 2 or more customers, these bonuses double. Who else do you know? How can we help you? If someone has sold a value pack and they're going to get $100, it is like our duty, our obligation to be all over them like white on rice to get them a second person that they're now eligible for $400. Most of our happy product users that share on accident don't even know what's available. And if they find out later and are like, oh my gosh, Lori, how come you didn't tell me about this? Like, I totally had a second person that was ready. I just, thought I'd see her at work later on that week. It's something to really not only go for yourself, but also to really help your team on. So with the Isopulse notification, you can see Jackie, has gotten a Premier Pack in this week. She's one away from double PIBs. So you can see what's happening in your organization. Next week, for the final week 6, when we talk about the back office and the blueprints and the tools that are available, I'll show you too, where it lists in your team who's close to free vitamins or who is enrolling or things like that. So part of this is still coming in week 6, but with the upfront bonuses, this is a little bit different. I know we always kind of say, get on the Eat for Free program. And when we refer to get on the Eat for Free program, we're talking about them being paid as consultant so that residually they're cycling. Residually, every time an order goes in, a repeat order, or someone else in their organization refers, they're benefiting. That's a little bit different than when we say get your products paid for, because the get your products paid for is grabbing those double PIBs. Because there are people that might do it one time. They might grab their accountability partners to get their order paid for, but that's not necessarily getting their products paid for. Like, inevitably, you're being on the Eat for Free program because they're going to have to keep doing that because we know there's going to be natural attrition. So this first way of getting paid, you guys, is the double PIBs. I know I went through it a little bit quickly. The 30 days, the 25, the Premier is the 50, Value Pack is either 80 or 100, but they double with 2 or more. You guys, I will tell you, I have seen crazy paychecks in our team from double PIBs alone. When Melanie Quinlan first got started, she did a launch party and she was ignorance on fire. She was so excited. She just literally wanted to share it with the world. And she sponsored 17 people in 1 week. Almost all of them were President's Packs. Like, it was the craziest thing. I was at the party and over 15 people signed up on the spot. double PIBs on that. I mean, her cycles were low, and after those orders, it's not like she was going to be making $2,000 a week. It's not that she hit 2-star, but those double PIBs are huge. And a lot of times when you can understand the statistic that $300 to $500 a month would change the majority of family finances, you know, especially the family struggling because of financial stress, how quickly can we show someone in Isogenics how to make $300 to $500? It doesn't mean they're going to do that every week or every month, but if someone goes, oh my gosh, my car needs to get repaired and there's no way I have this $400, you know, fee right now for the bills, you're like, oh my gosh, I can show you how to make $400. I can show you how to make $300. So understanding how to get someone to earn double PIBs, but then also holding yourself accountable to it. Like, I get really competitive. If I don't enroll that week, I almost get a little bit like lackadaisical. I'm like, oh, it's next week, right? Because I'm not going to work super hard for one. The same way I do if I've enrolled one that week, like, come hell or high water, like, I'm getting a second. Like, I'm not leaving that money on the table. And I've been like that since the beginning. $100 and $400 is significantly different. Even on the 30 days, $25 or $200. You're going to do the same amount of work coaching these people, onboarding these people, doing the personal development, getting on these calls. It's worth it to go through your list and follow up and create that urgency. So if you've enrolled someone, like, there's a standard for me that if I enroll someone, I'm going for 2, right? So that's the first thing. The second is our rank advancement bonuses. And the acronym, that I learned early on that I'll never forget, ACMDE. So it's associate, consultant, manager, director, and executive. And we know with preferred customer first, you know, when you first come into Isogenics, you're a customer and you actually have to go in and watch the video, put in your social, and become an associate. And at that point is when your time clock starts. So it used to be your first order, your time clock started. Now, because the company knows a lot of people just want to use the products or whatever, then all of a sudden, once they've had a transformation or they're getting more comfortable, they want to share. Your time clock doesn't start until you go in and upgrade from a customer to an associate. At that point, your time clock to hit these time-sensitive bonuses to earn not only the recognition rank, but the income begins. So let's say that I got, Jackie started back in March and she was just a customer. She ordered the product. She ordered them in April. She ordered them in May. And yesterday she reaches out to me and she's like, oh my God, Lauren, I'm down 40 pounds. Everybody at work is asking me what I'm doing. I feel amazing. I'm never getting off these products. Show me more about the Eat for Free program. And I say, okay, well, the first thing you have to do is log into your back office. We teach her how to do that. Watch the video, put in your social, your date of birth. She becomes an associate. Time clock starts that day, not her join date. And from that date, your associate date, you have 60 days to hit manager. If it happens on day 61 or day 70 or day 80, you will still be recognized as manager, but you don't earn the crystal part of it, which denotes that you're getting the bonus. And so the bonus for crystal manager, if you find 2 people that know 2 within 60 days, is $250. So when you hit consultant, sorry, I went ahead. I don't know why I just jumped that. The associate, like all over the place today, if you can't tell. So associate, you come in, you put in your social. The next level of leadership is consultant. And that's when you find your first 2 people. People on the right, people on the left, 2 personally enrolled, where the volume is equaling 100 BB on the left and 100 BB on the right. This is not time sensitive. There's no crystal consultant in terms of what the company offers. As soon as you find 2 people, your order is active. The person on the right is active. The person on the left is active, meaning everybody has ordered 100 BB in 30 days. You hit consultant, and that's a $50 bonus. Now with the crystal, manager, director, and executive all have crystals. So for manager, which is when your 2 personally enrolled find their 2, right? And it doesn't mean the first 2. You guys, not the first 2 you bring in are going to go out and find 2. So you might have to personally enroll 8 people or 10 people or 14 people to find those 2 that then go out and find 2 other people. So I might work with Jackie, and she might tell Katie, and she might tell Lori, and she might tell Larissa, and she might tell Caitlin, and she might tell Gita, and she might tell Paige, right? And she's bringing people in, and then all of a sudden Carrie comes in, with her husband Rich and her daughter or something, right? Or Angie comes in with her friend from BNI and her neighbor. So you are going to have to bring on more than 2 people usually to find the 2 that want to share. But the second level of leadership, manager, is when we've hit the you share, they share. 2 of your personally enrolled have gone out and found their 2, and everybody is active at the same time. So your account is active, the 2 people you've personally enrolled, and then the 2 people they've personally enrolled. And that's all within 60 days. That's the $250 bonus. Director is the next level. You have 120 days from the associate date, not the join date, associate date, to find 6 people that you have personally enrolled that all went out and found 2 with active accounts. So again, your 6 people are with 100 BV, then they have found their 2 people with active, accounts, one on the left, one on the right with 100 BV. And if you do that within 120 days, that is a $750 bonus. And the last level of leadership, which is executive, that's 10 consultants, 10 people you've personally enrolled. They all have gone out and found their 2, right? It's 31 people in your business center. The only thing to really distinguish here is director, you could have 5 consultants on one side, 1 on the other. You could have 3 and 3. You could have 4 and 2. All 6 could be on one side. When it comes to hitting executive, you must have 5 on the left and 5 on the right. That is, you cannot have all 9 or 10 on one side, right? So in order to be paid as executive, you're building 2 teams, 5 of your personally enrolled that all shared with their 2 on the left, 5 of your personally enrolled on the right, all shared with the 2 on the right. And that is a $1,000 bonus. You have 180 days to do that. You guys be very careful when you sponsor someone that you actually count the days, because if I bring, Laura in on June 1 and you would go July, August, September, October, November, December, whatever. Say, oh, December is her executive date. No, because some months have 30 days, some months have 31, every once in a while one has 28, just be careful that you're actually counting the dates, because it's not as simple as like, oh, July 7th, it's going to be, January 7th or whatever. So count the dates for that. These rank advancement bonuses, you guys, are huge. In addition to grabbing the $250, the $750, the $1,000, every time one of your personally enrolled finds their 2 people, up to the first 20 times this happens, you earn an additional $100. So if we go back to manager, I get started and I bring in Sarah and Jackie, right? When Sarah finds her 2 people, she hits consultant, she'll get $50, but I get $100 for rank advancing her. I get $100 for teaching her how to duplicate this. When Jackie comes in, she finds her 2 people. She's going to get that $50 in double PIBs, but I get $100 for helping her. So even though the bonus for manager was $250, it's actually like $450 because of the extra 100 from Sarah and the extra 100 for Jackie. So as we move towards director, right, that's 4 new consultants. Yes, the bonus was $750, but 4 new people that went out and found their 2, that's an additional $100. So it's really like hitting $1,150. And then from your 6 consultants to your 10 consultants, from director to executive, that's again 4 people. So $400, 4 times 100, you're going to get that $1,000 plus the 400, it's $1,400. And when I first looked at my sheet, you guys, and again, I started this call with finding the sheets because I know a lot of us are visual learners. ACMDE, associate consultant, manager, director, executive. But when I first looked at that, I was like, wow, money like that has never come around in my life. And if the company is going to be this generous and reward me for me going fast, I'm not missing it. Not only does this get you into the leadership pools and there's, credibility and things like that as you are going through the levels of leadership, but that money, you guys, you don't want to look back and be like, oh, I can't believe I missed that. In order to really go through the ranks, you've got to go fast, because what happens on the slow track is I get Holly started, Holly finds her 2 people, and a month later, they're all going inactive or under 100 BV, and I get Christina in. And Christina finds her 2 people. And a month later, Ken comes in. And Ken finds his 2 people, right? And then Chris comes in. And all of a sudden, my executive date is there. And I've got like 2 consultants. And I've created 8 or 9 along the way. I just haven't had them active at the same time. And that's what you hear us say, like, speed is sexy. Like, you got to go fast. And if you're trying to enroll, 4 or 5 people a week and create 1 to 2 consultants a week, I mean, that is like 40 to 50 to 60 conversations. That's not your 3x3. And I don't say that to deflate you guys as much as just being realistic with the expectations, being really reasonable with yourself on the amount of work you're going to put in and the amount of time. If the company's going to throw out thousands and thousands of dollars to you. It's not going to happen because you posted on Facebook and 2 people knocked on your door and said, sell me Isogenics, you know? But Eric Worre always talks about like the momentum to get the plane off the runway. You know, some people do that in 6 months, some people take it in 2 years, but you can't get a plane off the runway in half throttle. You've got to go full throttle, even for short periods of time, where he'll do his like recruit 20 people in 30 days campaign to get that momentum going. And it's a lot easier to maintain it once it's there than one consultant in, one consultant out, one consultant in, one consultant out. And so those rank advancement bonuses, you guys, it is meant to incentivize people to go fast, to create urgency. And it didn't used to be a part of the comp plan. However, in 2008, when the economy was crashing and people were losing their jobs and they were losing their homes, Kathy Coover grabbed the executive team and said, people need money now. People need money today. They don't have a year or two to spend and build a business. And the company reinvested so much money at the upfront of the compensation plan so that literally you can get paid like that. The value pack and the premier pack, that pays you out in 24 hours. I mean, if someone literally had something come up and they needed money today, the value pack and the premier pack, those PIBs pay you out in a day. Everything else, you know, is week or bi-weekly schedule for the most part, but that is why that's there. It's to create an opportunity. And for those of you that don't know my story, I'm just reading that, Erica. You know, I was at rock bottom. I had $17 to my name and nothing. And I looked at those bonuses and I was like, holy cow, that is more money than I would make in 2 months. And, you know, when you hear how fast I went executive in those things, because I wasn't missing it. There was no way I was missing it. I wanted to hit it. I wanted to hit it all. And it wasn't all about the money. I was having fun. I loved the products, but it was a huge blessing. It was a huge gift. And I would ask myself, how many spin classes would I have to teach to make this? You know, how many clients would I have to personally train to be able to make this money? Like, how many shifts would I have to work at the restaurant? That it's worth it, you guys, to go fast and just commit and invest in yourself. And so the third thing that I wanted to really chat about tonight is our cycles. And this is the residual income. And I thought about doing a screen share, but I don't really want to blast anybody's business right now. And there's great videos, you guys. I mean, Jim Coover's Maximizing the Compensation Plan is awesome. If you Google Lynn Hagedorn comp plan, she's in a red sweater at NYKO a few years ago teaching it. It's one of the best. I've got a recent one in there from Lynn Hagedorn, one from Eden Slobin. I mean, there's some great videos in there that will help with the visualization. But one of the things that's so exciting to remember is we build 2 teams in Isogenics. We have a binary compensation plan. So a lot of companies that are breakaways, or they have to build 6 levels down and 5 levels wide, and we build 2 teams, you guys, 2 legs, not 10, not 8, 2. And we get paid unlimited. So the business volume of your customers who are shopping that you directly enroll or 200 levels down, you make the same percentage off their volume as if you had personally enrolled them. And every product, every pack has what's called business volume. So a box of e-shots, a thing of skincare, a box of shakes, the 30-day, the value pack, it all has business volume. So the value pack, BV is 320. The 30-day is 164. We've got packs that are 150, packs at 200, product at 22 BV, product at 60 BV, product at 17 BV, whatever that is. And all the volume is rolling up every single week. So I signed Sarah up with a value pack, 320 BV, right? Nicole is already a customer. She bought a thing of e-shots, 20 BV. Oh, Paige got started on a 30-day, 164 BV, right? It's all going, it's all rolling up to you. And you're banking it. As long as you keep your account active, you're banking it. So it's like, not that use it or lose it. Like it will store until, you're going through it on the other side or something. But as soon as the computer sees 600 on one side and 300 on the other, right? So enough customers, enough people have bought product, you have 600 on one side and 300 on the other, you cycle, which is $54. Remember this right now, you guys, our compensation plan is a 2-to-1 ratio. Some of you are on a team leg with team volume and your 600 is there, which is great. You're only needing 300 every week to cycle. 2 things. Number 1, have gratitude for that. Number 2, give back. Make sure you are putting people on that team leg that you are taking from. I believe to put ante in the pot that you're taking from. This business will only make you as successful as you are willing to help other people. So if you are someone who has a ton of volume and you're like, oh, if I just go on this side or if I just enroll over here, I just focus on my inside leg, don't do that. karma will kick you in the butt, and I promise you your business will be blessed, and the more people that you want to serve and help to run with will show up when you act as a go-giver. Now, the opposite, if you're someone who is on an inside leg and you need 900 BV to cycle every week, I'm one of those. I know Sarah's one of those, that no one's dropping people into your organization and your legs are almost flipping. Like 1 week, 600 comes over here, and the next week, 600 comes over here. You want to create your own 600 side. And I can go through this more in depth for you on a one-to-one basis. But Janie told me, like, put 10 to 20 people over there, like create your own team leg. Because if you're looking to cycle 900 BV every time instead of 300, you are doing 3 times the work, right? So as you're building and you're like, where do I place people and this and that? And there's a lot of strategy of team legs and keeping friends and family together. And you guys reach out to your upline, reach out to your leaders. I mean, we can go through that with you on an individual basis because it takes time, but you do want to have a 2-to-1 ratio. So when you think about 1 star, which is 10 cycles, that means 6,000 BV, 10 times 600 has gone through one leg in 1 week, and 3,000 BV, 300 times 10 has gone through the other leg in 1 week. 2 star, 20 cycles, right? That's 20 times 600. Was that 12,000? Yeah, 12,000 on one side, 6,000 on the other. And that means that in 1 week, 12,000 business volume from new customers, repeat orders, seasonal shakes, referrals, whatever that is going through. When you max out this compensation plan, you guys, the most you can cycle in your original business center, which is 8 star, 250 cycles, it's 150,000 BV coming in on one side and 75,000 in the other. So many people, are like, oh my gosh, I've got all this volume. I'm just going to put everybody over here and chase the inside leg. When you see this for what it can do for you in 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years to come, you're going to need business builders on both sides. You're going to need product users on both sides. I mean, the glory of this is we only build 2 legs. We don't build 6, we don't build 10, but you still build 2. Some of you are building 1. We all still build 2, and you want product users, you want business builders on both of them. I think one of my legs has Kisa and my sister and my mom and Emily and these great people, and another leg has Laura and Jen and Alex, and in between you guys, thousands and thousands of happy product users. I mean, you guys are the business builders. Think about your team of happy product users, right? Every time they order, that business volume is rolling up. Every time they order, it's rolling up. And the residual is what makes this business amazing. We have a consumable product. People love our products. We have great retention. They want the nutrition. But we're not out hunting for new customers every single week, every single month, like some network marketing companies are. That's one of the things that's great is once you get someone happy, there's a lot of repeat ordering. Obviously, retention gets higher if we get them paid or if they get a great result or they want to be a business builder. But there are people that have ordered you guys every single month since 2013 for me. Every single month since 2014. You can look at them and they've never built this business. They've never shared with one person. They just love the products. They love the community, and all that business volume is rolling up. But it's important to remember how we get paid with those upfront bonuses because it takes time to build the residual. And in my very few months, what got me out of my job and really dove into this was the double PIBs, the rank advancement bonuses, and then some of the leadership pool money that's available. When I quit my jobs, you guys, I was cycling less than 10 times a week. I mean, I probably, in hindsight, did it prematurely. That's like $500 a week. But I knew that was what I was doing part-time, not full-time, and I was recruiting like crazy. So I was actually making closer to $1,000 a week with Isogenics because outside of my cycles, which were quite low to do it full-time, those rank advancement bonuses or the double PIBs was a game changer for me. And I think a lot of times we get so after the ranks, like hitting director, we get so after the cycles, hitting the 5-cycle bonus, we forget the double PIBs. And it's crazy generous money. Like Isogenics is going to reward us over and over and over simply for bringing in new blood, for, recruiting new people. And more than what's available for you, like set that standard that if you enroll someone, you're getting a second. Like don't leave money like that on the table, but also to help your people. Because if I see that Chris has gotten someone started and I don't reach out to him and I don't help him, shame on me. And I say, oh my gosh, I saw you got someone started. He's like, oh yeah, this guy at work wanted to do it. And I said, well, do you know right now that your $25 bonus, we can double that into $50 with a second order, which total is going to be $200 to $400. Can I show you how to do this? Chris might have no idea. Chris may have just figured out on his own, got someone started, had no idea was available. And he's like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, I would definitely love to make $400. I mean, it is your duty and obligation to watch, I suppose, to watch your reports and make sure you're reaching out to your product users because they don't know, right? And what do you know if you don't know? They're not going to do anything. But if you tell them and help them with a social media post or help them with a 3-way call or an ATM or something, you will absolutely see action in your team. And the quicker you get people paid, the higher the retention you're going to have. So I did promise to open this up to Q&A. You guys, I've got pre-recorded calls in the comp plan where I do back office trainings and the slides. There's some great ones on our YouTube channel that Renee Schreibman did. I encourage you guys to watch that. And our page, Lynn Hagedorn, has some great calls that break down and have the slides and show the volume and everything. I really wanted to just be able to talk to you guys a little bit more casual and really get you to use those documents and kind of follow the rank advancement documents and the rank advancement bonus document. I'm sorry, the rank advancement bonuses and the double PIBs documents. But for the next, 10 to 20 minutes or whatever, feel free, just unmute and ask your questions because I promise you're not the only one with these questions, and let's help as many people as we can tonight. You're welcome, Erica. Thank you for saying that. You have more gratitude than anyone I know on the planet. Are you guys good? I'm looking at some new faces on here and I'll be shocked if some people don't have some questions.
Lauren, I have a question.
Yes, thank you, Christina.
Okay, so you were talking about how you get $100 when you help people become consultants. So is that, I guess I didn't realize that, but is that only after you've achieved manager or?
Oh. No, because that happens on your way to manager. So it's anything from consultant above, because in order to be a consultant, you have to personally enroll 2 people. So you get the $100 when one of your personally enrolled has helped someone, right? So for example, let's say I enrolled Sarah, right? And when Sarah got you and Michelle started, I would get that $100. But then if you went and found your 2 people, I don't get that $100. I didn't enroll you, Sarah would, because she enrolled you. So if you enroll Geeta, right? And when Geeta goes out and tells Chris and Dave, you get $100 for helping Geeta go consultant. And it's really they're training you to develop leaders. They're paying you and incentivizing you and rewarding you for paying it forward. Because along the way, you're probably going to do some 3-way calls with Geeta. You might do a launch party with her. You're going to do an ATM. You're going to answer all of her questions. What do I say? What do I do now? And I mean, think about the work that people have given you to help you go consultant. No wonder why we earned $100, right? So then we pay that forward as we duplicate. That's what that bonus is about. And it happens for the first 20. So executive is your 10 people that have found their 2. You can do it again. After that, it goes away. So people that have created a lot of consultants, after the 20th person enrolled consultant, that goes away. But that's still $2,000 in the beginning. 20 people you enroll, that when they find their 2, you get that $100. That's an extra $2,000 on the table.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, thank you.
Cool, great question. Thank you for jumping out. Any others?
I have a question, Lauren.
Yes, Karen.
Could you explain personal holding volume?
Yes.
Again,
yes. So when you're an associate, you guys, not a preferred customer, when you're an associate, all of the volume on your left and your right is banking, right? So let's say at one point, Karen had, gotten Paige started on her left leg and she had Laura started on her right. Okay. Well, Paige went inactive. And so there's not volume accumulating on her left and she's not cycling, right? But Laura is on the team leg and all these people are building and sharing. So all this volume is rolling up on the right, right? And she's not cycling. She's not paid as consultant. You have to be paid as consultant to actually cycle, but she's active. So every 30 days, she's ordering 100 PV. You start to bank the volume. So if week 1, 1,800 BV went through the team leg, it banks, right? Week 2, 1,000 goes through. Now she's at 2,800. Week 3, another 1,000 goes through, 3,800. Week 4, 2,000 goes through. She's at 5,800, right? She's banking this volume and she's holding on to it so that when she gets paid as consultant again, she can start to go through it. Because I will reach out to people and say, you are sitting on XYZ amount of money. If you take that volume on the team leg and you divide it by 600, which that would be the strong leg. Each cycle is 600 and 300. times $54. That's the BV they're sitting on in dollars. I mean, I have a couple people, you guys, I'm not exaggerating, that are on millions of BV that have been with me since the beginning. And anytime I see their account in grace or I think that they're about to go inactive, I'm like, you are sitting on $98,000. Like, you might not need this now, but you've got to order, right? Being able to break that down. That's the business volume of the team. Let's say still Paige had gone inactive, but Karen had enrolled a few other people or some other people over there were sharing. She could be banking volume on both sides. Like, she might be sitting on 80,000 on the right and 650 on the left, but to go through that, you still have to be paid as consultant, meaning you're active and 2 people you've personally enrolled, that volume is, equaling 100 on both sides. The minute you go back, you'll go through that. That's where sometimes you've seen people like, oh my gosh, I cycled 11 times in a week or 20 times in a week. Or, Sarah's sponsor just had this happen. She'd fallen out of consultant, but never went inactive and was banking volume. She cycled 43 times in a week just by getting active. So that's super, super important that you're ordering 100 BV every 30 days because you're holding that volume, holding that volume, holding that volume. Now, the personal volume, Karen, is your order every month, as long as you order every 29 days, not 30. This is why we always talk about setting the auto ship to 29 and not 30. It contributes to the team volume, and it will always default to the weak leg. So if you've, if let's say that, Karen has enrolled Paige on the left and she's on the team volume, right? There's like 20,000 volume that went through on the right leg. Okay, well, the 600 is going to come from there. Let's say Paige ordered a 30-day and some e-shots or something. She was around 200 BV. Well, in order to cycle, you need 600 on one side and 300 on the other, right? So we would say, okay, well, Karen's like 100 BV away from a cycle. If her personal order went through, which was the Rejuvenity case or something like that, which was 300 BV, that would default to the weak leg. She'd actually cycle because your orders contribute. And so if you're not paid as consultant, and you're ordering every month, you're banking your personal volume. And that's where it'll say personal holding volume. So that when you get paid as consultant, again, or back to active consultant, all of your personal order, everything you've been putting ante in the pot, you've been ordering every month, will default to your weak leg that you'll get paid out on all of that. Does that make sense? Okay, cool.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lauren, to add to that, isn't there, when we switch to everyone be starting out as a customer, isn't there a grace period so they'll accumulate their own BV as a customer for 60 days maybe, and then if they don't convert to an associate at that time, then they'll lose what they've banked?
Correct. So that's, if I think I said it, and if I didn't, I apologize. You have to be an associate. You have to go in and put in your associate and everything to do that. With Customer First, you have 3 days. And that's where, 3 months. You have 90 days, which is where some of you will get an email like, you have a customer holding this volume. And that's where you want to reach out and be like, Ken, I know you just used for the products, but since you joined, 285 people have joined the team. You're sitting on this volume, which equates to this amount of dollars. If you want to keep it, let's talk about you becoming an associate and getting your products paid for. I mean, you want to be having that conversation. As Customer First, even if you lose that banked volume, I believe you hold the position in the tree for a year. And then you would go back and it goes back out, because there has to be something. If you're going to be rewarded as any of the business builder activities, they want to show that you're doing a business building activity, right? If you're just a product user, it doesn't matter if you're banking volume or where you are in the tree, it's not doing anything. So if you sign up customers, right, and they don't go in and become an associate or start sharing and becoming a consultant, and you get that email, reach out to them. I mean, you never know if it's Erica's timing. And I say, hey girl, a couple months ago when you hopped in with the President's Pack, I know that you don't want to do the business, but in the last couple months, 800 people have joined the team and you're sitting on all this volume. Like, I would love to show you how to become an associate, how to go through this, what this volume looks like. And you kind of like just never know where people are at. Do you know what I'm saying? And so it's worth just having that conversation, because 3 or 4 months from when they started with all that volume, all of a sudden they're like, okay, wait, how much? What do I have to do? So have the conversations. And Erica, I saw your message. Yes, in the 5-week call, or set that up with me and Jen and Adam and Laura so that we're working as a team with like your sponsors to go through that. Anything else, you guys? Alrighty, well, I will get this up. Honestly, if you guys go into our Dreamers in Action channel on YouTube and you just type in compensation plan or comp plan or rank advancement bonuses, there's a lot of other things on there. Some have slides, some have pictures. Just know, I know this sounds like Latin in the beginning. Like literally for months, Janie would say things to me and I'd be like, what that woman just say to me? And then like one day I was like teaching someone, I was like, oh my gosh, I speak Latin. So give yourself some grace. Just remember it takes time to learn this and get fluent with it and get comfortable with it. But practice, for homework, I would encourage you guys to sit down with somebody and say, you know what, I'm learning the compensation plan of my company. I know you're not interested, but can I show you this thing called You Share, They Share? Can I show you what I would do if I was with someone? I just want to practice on someone so I'm more comfortable when I actually give a presentation. And if you could show someone at your work how 2 people that find 2 people and that $820, they're going to be like, what? I mean, use it as a prospecting tool at the same point, but practice, rehearse, and go grab your husbands, go grab your wives, grab your friends, and get comfortable with this. Be able to teach ACMDE to somebody else. Like, it's one thing to read it. It's one thing to hear it. It's a whole nother level of comprehension and learning in that when you can teach somebody else. So I encourage you guys to do that. Just reach out. And if you get stuck somewhere, message someone, say, okay, I'm in the process of teaching this, and what happens, or when does it matter when the consultants are on each side or something? I mean, this just happened with Mary Ellen when she hit Crystal Director. I was on the phone with her and she was like, but I only have 4 on one side and 2 on the other. I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter with Director. It doesn't have to be 3 and 3, where that's confusing because executive is 5 and 5. So, just know that there's no stupid question, but practice teaching it to others and you'll see that you'll get a handle of it and then feel equipped when you get to talk to other people. And if you can learn this compensation plan and feel confident in it, not only are people going to trust you, but they're going to get into action. I mean, you really want to get familiar with teaching You Share, They Share, or walking someone through the ranking advancement bonuses as much as you can a shake day, as much as you can a cleanse day. You want to be able to draw that out on a napkin in the bar 3 glasses of wine later, that people are like, holy cow, that they get so excited they don't want to miss the money on the table. So you guys are awesome. Thank you for the comments. Thank you guys for hopping on. Last week is week 6, so we'll see you for one more week. And if you guys have ideas of things to do so that you guys can work with my MLM Rockstar, please message me, please text me. I want to make that beneficial for everybody. Okay, bye guys.